Welcome back to the Chronicle. Tonight, we step into the shadows of the past to explore Yggdrasil, the World Tree, focusing specifically on the immense silence of its roots and the gentle, moss-covered sanctuary of its endless branches. Before we descend into the history, take a moment for yourself. Settle into your space, find a position of absolute comfort, and take a deep, slow breath. Let the weight of the day fall away. You are safe, you are still, and you are ready to travel through time. As we begin, I invite you to share in the comments which corner of the world you are listening from, and what the hour is for you right now. If this sanctuary aids your rest, please consider subscribing, but only if the content truly resonates with you. Now, let us leave the haste of the modern world behind. We begin our exhaustive exploration of Yggdrasil, the World Tree. We stand first at the very base of existence, in the quiet void where the seeds of the cosmos were sown. Before there were gods or giants, there was the silence, deep and vast. Out of this primordial stillness rises the ash, the Fraxinus Excelsior, the axis upon which all 9 worlds spin. You find yourself standing at the foot of this colossus. The ground beneath your boots is not merely soil, it is the ancient packed earth of history, smelling of deep peat, wet stone, and the slow decay of autumn leaves that have fallen for 1 billion years. Breathe, deep earth. The trunk of Yggdrasil rises before you like a wall of living wood, so wide that if you were to walk around it, the journey would take a lifetime. The bark is not grey, but a landscape of deep browns, silvers, and mossy greens, furrowed with ridges deep enough to hide a sleeping giant. You reach out a hand to touch it. The texture is rough and cool, solid as granite, yet humming with a faint low-frequency vibration. This is the heartbeat of the universe. Touch, solid, hum. You are standing at the center of all things. The air here is still and heavy, charged with a calm electricity that makes the hair on your arms stand up. It is the feeling of being in the presence of something absolute. You look up, craning your neck, but there is no top to be seen. The trunk ascends into a ceiling of mist and clouds, disappearing into the heavens. You are small, but you are not insignificant. You are a guest of the tree. The roots, thick as mountain ranges, snake out into the dark, anchoring the world against the chaos. You are safe here, in the shadow of the great ash. At the base of the tree, nestled between 2 of the greatest roots, lies the Well of Urd. The water is perfectly still, a mirror of absolute clarity that reflects not your face, but the quiet stillness of your own soul. Reflect, clear still. Beside the well sit the 3 maidens of fate, the Norns. In the violent sagas, they are often depicted as stern judges, but here, in the quiet of the Sleep Chronicle, they are simply the caretakers of the tree. You watch them from a respectful distance. They are dressed in robes of unbleached linen that rustle softly like dry grass. They are performing their eternal soothing ritual. One of them dips a wooden vessel into the well, drawing up the water which is mixed with the white clay of the lake bed. This mixture, the R, is a healing salve for the tree. With slow, rhythmic movements, they paint the mud onto the roots and the lower trunk. Dip, paint, heal. The mud shines like starlight, coating the bark in a protective white film that prevents rot and decay. The sound of their work is hypnotic. The splash of the water, the slap of the wet clay, the brush of their hands against the wood. They work in silence, a synchronized dance of preservation. This is the maintenance of the cosmos. It is not held together by war or strength, but by the gentle, repetitive care of these 3 women. The air around the well is cool and moist, filled with the scent of wet clay and fresh water. It is the scent of a spa at the end of the world. You feel the tension leaving your shoulders as you watch them. If the fate of the world is in such careful, gentle hands, then there is nothing for you to worry about. You can let go. You can rest. The Norns do not look at you. They are focused entirely on their task, their movements slow and deliberate, weaving the health of the tree into the fabric of time itself. You begin your ascent. You do not need to climb with effort, for the bark of the world tree is formed into natural steps, broad ledges of wood that spiral gently upward around the trunk. You step onto the first great root, feeling the solidity of it beneath your feet. It is wider than a road, stable and sure. Step, solid, rise. You begin to walk up the spiral path, leaving the Norns and the well behind. As you ascend, the air changes. The heavy, damp scent of the earth fades, replaced by the crisp, clean smell of pine needles and sap. Breathe, crisp, clean. You are entering the lower canopy. The light here is a filtered green, sunlight passing through a million leaves of the ash. The leaves are pinnate, composed of many small leaflets that flutter in the breeze, creating a sound like gentle applause or falling rain. Flutter, rustle, green. You run your hand along the trunk as you walk. The wood is warm now, having absorbed the light of the suns of 9 worlds. You can feel the sap moving beneath the bark, a slow, viscous river of amber energy flowing up from the roots to the crown. It is the lifeblood of existence. You feel a sense of profound safety. You are held in the arms of the tree. There is no danger of falling, for the branches are broad and the path is clear. You are simply walking into the sky. The higher you go, the quieter the world becomes. The noise of Midgard, the realm of men, is far below, a distant hum that cannot reach you here. You are entering the realm of the peaceful animals, the creatures who live their entire lives in the branches of the eternal ash. The atmosphere is one of suspended animation, a vertical forest where gravity seems to have less of a hold on you. Ahead of you, on a branch that stretches out like a green plateau, you see movement. 4 magnificent stags are grazing among the leaves. These are Dane, Dvalin, Dunia, and Durathro. In the myths, they are sometimes said to gnaw at the tree, but here, in the stillness of the chronicle, we see their true purpose. They are the gardeners of Yggdrasil. Graze, prune, tend. They move with slow, majestic grace, lifting their heavy antlered heads to look at you with large, dark eyes. Their fur is the color of autumn oak leaves, russet and gold, blending perfectly with the bark. You stop to watch them. One of the stags lowers his head to nip at a cluster of leaves that has grown too thick. He chews slowly, a rhythmic, grinding sound that is strangely comforting. Chew, grind, slow. They are pruning the tree, ensuring that light can reach the lower branches, keeping the growth in balance. Dewdrops cling to their antlers, sparkling like diamonds in the filtered light. They are not afraid of you. In this sanctuary there is no predator and no prey. There is only the tree and those who dwell within it. You can smell the musk of their coats, a warm animal scent that mixes with the green smell of the chewed leaves. One of the stags exhales, a puff of white mist escaping his nostrils in the cool air. He steps closer to you, and you reach out a hand. His nose is wet and soft against your palm. Touch. Soft. Warm. He allows you this moment of connection before turning back to his eternal task. They are the spirits of the forest, the peaceful guardians of the lower boughs. Their hooves make a gentle clack-clack sound on the wood as they move away, disappearing into the dense foliage, leaving you alone with the peace of the leaves. Leaving the stags to their grazing, you continue your upward journey. The spiral path takes you higher, into the middle canopy where the air is thinner and sweeter. Suddenly, a flash of red fur darts down the trunk, pausing on a knot of wood just above your head. It is Ratatoskr, the squirrel of the world tree. Dart, pause, watch. In the old stories, he is a gossip, running insults between the eagle at the top and the dragon at the bottom. But here, we see him as the messenger of connection. He is small and sleek, his tail twitching with a nervous, vibrant energy. He holds an acorn in his paws, turning it over and over with nimble fingers. Turn, hold, sleek. He cocks his head to the side, looking at you with a bright, intelligent black eye. He chatters softly, not a sound of malice, but a series of clicks and chirps that sound like a ticking clock. Click, chirp, tick. He is the weaver of the vertical world. He ensures that the top knows what the bottom is doing. He carries the news of the rain from the crown to the roots. He is the nervous system of the tree. He scampers up the bark, his claws making a faint scratch-scratch sound on the wood. You watch him go, a streak of russet against the grey-green lichen. He moves with the defiance of gravity, running vertical surfaces as if they were flat plains. He reminds you that in this place the laws of the heavy earth do not apply. You are free to ascend. You are free to move. You follow him with your eyes until he disappears into the dense foliage above, leading the way to the higher realms. You resume your walk, feeling lighter with every step, the leaves brushing against your shoulders like the hands of ghosts welcoming you home. Ascending past the domain of the squirrel, the air grows cooler and thinner, taking on a crystalline quality that sharpens the senses. You are entering the cloud layer of the tree. Here the great boughs of Yggdrasil pierce through banks of white mist that cling to the wood like wool. Mist, white, cool. Visibility softens, the world becoming a dreamscape of grey and green. Emerging from the fog, you encounter a creature of gentle abundance, Heidrun the goat. In the halls of heroes, she is famous, but here she is simply a mother of the high branches. She stands upon a thick limb, her coat shaggy and coarse, shedding water droplets that fall like diamonds into the void below. Stand, shaggy, shed. She is eating the leaves of the tree, specifically the needles of the topmost shoots, and from her udders flows not milk, but the clear, sweet mead of the gods. It flows into a hollow in the wood, a natural basin that brims with the golden liquid. The scent is intoxicating, honey, heather, and the wild fermentation of the sky. Smell honey? You watch her graze, her jaw moving in a slow, rhythmic circle. She pauses to look at you with rectangular pupils, her expression one of utter placidity. She is the provider of comfort, the source of the divine drink that brings forgetfulness of pain. There is no greed in her, only the ceaseless giving of nature. The sound of the mead trickling into the wooden bowl is like a small private stream high above the world. Trickle, flow, give. She bleats softly, a sound that is muffled by the mist, before returning to the meal. You feel a kinship with this creature of sustenance, standing on the roof of the world, turning the sharp needles of the ash into the sweet nectar of peace. Higher still, the mist clears, revealing a sky of piercing, vibrant blue. You are now in the upper canopy, the realm of the pollinators. The leaves here are coated in a sticky, glistening substance known as honeydew. The sweat of the world tree, glisten, stick, sweet. It catches the light of the sun, making the entire crown of the tree shimmer as if dipped in gold. Attracted to this sweetness are the great bees of Yggdrasil. These are not the small, frantic insects of the garden, but creatures the size of your hand, covered in fur as soft and dense as velvet. Buzz, soft velvet. They move with a slow, heavy grace, their wings beating the air with a low-frequency hum that vibrates in your chest like a cello string. Hum, vibrate, deep. You watch one land on a cluster of leaves near your face. Its legs are dusted with pollen that glows like stardust. It gathers the honeydew with a delicate proboscis, its movements precise and reverent. The sound of the hive is all around you, a drone of pure industry that drowns out all other thoughts. It is the sound of the universe working. The bees are the weavers of life, carrying the essence of the tree from one branch to another, ensuring that the cycle of growth never ends. The air smells intensely of propolis and wax, a rich, resinous aroma that clears the sinuses and grounds the spirit. You are not an intruder here. You are a witness to the golden alchemy of the sky. The bee takes flight again, lifting off with a heavy thrum, leaving behind a trail of golden dust that hangs suspended in the sunbeams. At the very apex of the tree, where the highest branches scrape the belly of the stars, sits the great eagle. He is nameless in the silence, simply the Watcher. He is immense, his body the size of a longship, his feathers a landscape of snowy white and storm cloud grey. Sit, vast, white. He does not fly, he has no need to. He sits perfectly still on the highest perch, his talons gripping the wood with the force of iron roots. His wings are folded against his sides, but even at rest, they are terrifying in their potential power. When he shifts his weight, the movement of his feathers creates the winds that blow down into the world of men. Shift, wind, blow. But today, the air is still. Today, he is resting. You approach him with a sense of awe. His head is turned toward the horizon, his golden eye fixed on something beyond the edge of the cosmos. He blinks slowly, a nictitating membrane sliding across the eye like a shutter. Blink, slide, watch. He is the guardian of the view. He sees everything. The frost giants in the north, the fire demons in the south, the serpents in the sea. But he does not judge. He simply observes. He is the personification of detachment. He teaches you that you can see the chaos of the world without needing to descend into it. You can sit high above it, safe in the branches of the ash, and simply let the wind blow. The silence around him is absolute, a vacuum of sound where only the beating of your own heart exists. He is the stillness at the top of the mountain. Perched directly between the eyes of the great eagle is a smaller bird, a hawk named Veðurfolnir. It seems an impossible friendship, the predator and the prey sitting together in eternal stillness. But on Yggdrasil, all contradictions are resolved. Sit, small, still. The hawk is pale and sleek, his feathers the color of bleached bone. He is the clarity of the eagle's vision made manifest. While the eagle sees the whole wide world, the hawk sees the details. He is the focus. He sits motionless, not a feather out of place, his small talons gripping the skin above the eagle's beak. Grip, focus, sharp. He represents the high watch, the state of pure, unclouded awareness. There is no squawking, no struggle for dominance. They are a totem of unity. The wind ruffles the hawk's breast feathers gently, but he does not move. He is staring into the same distance as the eagle, but his gaze is sharper, piercing through the illusions of the atmosphere. To look at him is to feel a sudden sharpening of your own mind. The fog of confusion lifts. You are high above the clouds of doubt. You are in the realm of the absolute. The hawk blinks, a quick flash of intelligence, acknowledging your presence on the limb. He offers you the gift of perspective. From this height, the problems of the ground seem infinitesimally small. They are just specks of dust on the roots far below. You are here, with the hawk and the eagle, in the kingdom of the air. Having reached the summit, you now turn your gaze downward to look through the branches of the world you have left behind. From this vantage point, the 9 worlds are suspended like ornaments in the void, glowing with their own distinct lights. Look, down, glow. Far below, you see the green disk of Midgard, the home of humanity, wrapped in its blanket of ocean. It looks peaceful from here, a jewel of sapphire and emerald. To the north, you see the icy blue shimmer of Niflheim, a realm of mist and cold that looks like a spilled cup of milk. Shimmer, cold, mist. To the south, the fiery red glow of Muspelheim pulsates like a dying ember. The Bifrost, the rainbow bridge, arcs between the realms, a ribbon of fragile, iridescent light that hums with a faint violet energy. Arc, light, hum. Seeing the cosmos laid out like a map, you realize the intricate balance of it all. Everything is connected by the wood of the tree. The roots drink the water, the leaves drink the sun, the dew falls to the earth, the rivers run to the sea. It is a perfect closed system of life. You feel a profound sense of belonging. You are not separate from this system. You are a leaf on the tree. You are a drop of the dew. You are part of the great cycle. The wind at this altitude is cold and clean, smelling of ozone and starlight. It washes over you, stripping away the last residues of your earthly cares. You are standing on the roof of existence, and the view is beautiful. You are safe. You are infinite. You are home. Leaving the high perch of the eagle, you begin the slow, rhythmic descent back into the embrace of the middle branches. The path downwards is just as secure as the climb, the bark catching your boots with a reassuring friction. Step, down, hold. As you leave the zone of the high watch, the air thickens slightly, becoming richer and more oxygenated. It loses the thin, sharp quality of the summit and regains the humid, verdant scent of the living forest. You feel gravity, gently reasserting its hold on your body, not as a burden, but as a grounding force, pulling you back toward the center of your own being. The light shifts from the blinding white-blue of the open sky to the dappled, soothing green of the canopy. Shift, green, calm. You are moving from the realm of the mind to the realm of the heart. The great boughs of the ash stretch out around you like the vaulted ceiling of a cathedral, but infinite in every direction. You pause to rest on a wide fork in the trunk, a natural platform where moss has grown into a thick velvet cushion. You sit down, leaning your back against the solid wood. Sit, lean, rest. You can feel the tree swaying ever so slightly in the cosmic wind. It is a movement so slow and deep that it feels less like motion and more like breathing. The tree is rocking you. It is a cradle the size of a world. You close your eyes for a moment, letting the afterimage of the eagle's view fade, replaced by the immediate, comforting darkness of the leaves. You are safe in the middle. You are held in the balance. The vastness of the cosmos is still there, but now you are sheltered from it by a million rustling leaves. As you sit in the green twilight of the middle branches, you become aware of a gentle, continuous phenomenon, the falling of the dew of the valleys. In the myths, this is the life-giving moisture that drips from the horns of the stag Yggdrasil. But here it is simply the sweat of the world tree, the honeydew. Drip, fall, sweet. It falls from the leaves above in a slow, glittering rain, not of water, but of a viscous golden nectar. It does not soak you. It anoints you. A single drop lands on the back of your hand. It is cool and heavy, smelling faintly of vanilla and ancient amber. Touch, cool, gold. This dew is the source of all the rivers in the world below. It is the distilled essence of the sky, filtering down to nourish the earth. You watch a droplet slide down a leaf, hang for a moment at the tip, defying gravity, before releasing to continue its long journey to the roots. Slide, hang, drop. The sound of this falling dew is a pervasive soft patter-patter on the leaves around you, a white noise of liquid abundance. It is the sound of the universe feeding itself. It creates a curtain of sound that blocks out any remaining thoughts of the outside world. There is only the tree and the dew. The air is humid and sweet, resting heavy in your lungs. It feels healing to breathe it in, as if the nectar is coating your throat and chest with a protective balm. You are sitting inside a cloud of honey. You are marinating in the peace of the ages. The sticky sweetness binds you to the moment, slowing your thoughts to the pace of the falling drops. You are not just observing the nourishment, you are part of it. You resume your descent, moving deeper into the shadowed heart of the tree. The light grows dimmer here, filtering through layers of foliage so thick they block out the sun entirely. This is the deep canopy, a place of perpetual twilight where the distinction between day and night dissolves. Descend, dim, deep. The wood of the trunk changes texture, becoming rougher, more deeply furrowed, covered in lichens that glow with a faint bioluminescent light, pale blues and soft greens that pulse in the dark. Glow, pulse, soft. You are entering the realm of the old growth. Here you encounter the four stags again, or perhaps their kin moving like ghosts through the mist. They are closer now, their forms less distinct, merging with the shadows. You hear the soft crunch of their hooves on the wood, a sound that vibrates through the branch you are standing on. Crunch, vibrate, shadow. They are the silent companions of the descent. You feel a deep sense of solitude, but not loneliness. It is the solitude of a seed in the soil, dark and protected. The tree is thicker here, its circumference so vast that it feels like a wall of the world. You run your hand over a patch of star moss, a species that grows only in the utter darkness of the deep branches. It is soft as fur and warm to the touch, generating its own gentle heat. Touch, soft, warm. It reminds you that life thrives even in the shadows. The darkness is not empty. It is full of life, full of warmth, full of peace. You wrap your cloak tight around you, feeling the cozy embrace of the dark. You are hidden. You are secret. You are safe. The leaves above whisper secrets to the leaves below, a cascade of hushed voices. Further down you go until the air changes again, becoming heavy with the scent of wet earth and decomposition. You are approaching the root system, the foundation of Yggdrasil. The spiral path widens, merging with the forest floor of the underworld. Merge, floor, earth. Here, in the damp dark, lies the great dragon Nidhogg. In the tales of war, he is a creature of malice, chewing at the roots to topple the tree. But in the Chronicle of Sleep, we see his true nature. He is the great composter, the recycler of worlds. Chew, recycle. Earth. You see his immense serpentine form coiled around a dead root, his scales shimmering with the iridescent colors of oil on water, black, purple, and green. He is not attacking, he is eating the dead wood to make way for the new. Eat, make new. He moves with a sluggish, powerful rhythm, his jaws working slowly on the tough fibers of the ancient root. The sound is a low, rhythmic grind-crunch swallow, a sound like a millstone turning. It is the sound of deep geologic digestion. He transforms the old, the used, and the broken into rich, dark soil that will nourish the tree for another aeon. He is the cleaner of the cosmos. He pauses to look at you with eyes that are milky and blind, for he lives in the dark and has no need of sight. He senses your presence by the heat of your blood, but he offers no threat. You are not dead wood, you are living spirit. He ignores you, returning to his eternal work. You realize that even the scary things in the dark have a purpose. Even the ending is just a preparation for a new beginning. The Nidhogg is the ultimate gardener, working in the dark to ensure the light can continue. Turning away from the dragon, you walk along the massive, gnarled surface of the root towards a faint silvery glow in the distance. This is the second well, the Well of Mimir, the reservoir of wisdom and memory. Walk, glow wise. It sits in a hollow of the root, sheltered by a canopy of crystallized stone. The water here is different from the Well of Urd. It is dark, still, and incredibly deep. It does not reflect your face. It absorbs the light, pulling it down into the depths. Absorb, deep, dark. Beside the well sits the severed head of Mimir, or perhaps simply the spirit of the guardian, a presence of immense age and stillness. He does not speak. He does not need to. The wisdom here is not in words, but in silence. You sit by the edge of the well. The air is cold and smells of old parchment and dry stone. Smell, dry, stone. You look into the water. You do not see visions of the future or the past. You see a perfect black void. It is the emptiness of a mind at rest. It is the wisdom of knowing when to stop thinking. To drink from this well is not to gain facts, but to gain peace. It is the draught of unknowing, of letting go of the need to understand everything. You dip your hand in. The water is freezing cold, shocking the senses, then numbing them into a pleasant calm. Dip, cold, numb. You bring a handful to your lips and drink. It tastes of minerals and deep earth. As you swallow, the chatter of your mind stops. The questions vanish. The worries dissolve. You are left with the profound, silent wisdom of the root. You are grounded. You are deep. You are at rest. Turning from the dark waters of Mimir's well, you follow a winding path that tunnels deeper into the subterranean rock, leading you toward the realm of Svartalfheim, the home of the dwarves. The air here changes completely. The damp, organic scent of the roots is replaced by the dry, warm smell of heated stone and minerals. Smell, dry, warm. You are entering the heart of the mountain. The walls of the tunnel are not rough earth, but polished granite, smooth and cool to the touch. Veins of raw gold and silver run through the rock like frozen lightning, catching the faint light that seems to emanate from the stone itself. Touch, smooth, gold. Far ahead, you hear a sound. It is not the chaotic noise of a factory, but a slow, rhythmic clink, pause, clink. It is the heartbeat of the underground. The dwarves are at work, but their labor is not one of urgency. They are the shapers of the earth's bones. As you walk closer, the warmth increases, radiating from the walls like the heat of a dying fire. It is a comforting, baking heat that penetrates deep into your muscles, loosening the stiffness of the climb. You feel heavy here, grounded by the millions of tons of rock above you. There is a sense of absolute security in being this deep. The mountain is a blanket of stone. The tunnel widens into a vast cavern, the ceiling lost in shadow, where the air is thick with the dust of diamonds and the smoke of ancient fires. You are a guest in the kingdom of the deep. You walk with a slow, heavy tread, matching the rhythm of the distant hammers. Walk, heavy, deep. The path is level and sure. You are safe in the stone. You step into the great forge of the dwarves, a cavern illuminated by the soft amber glow of 1,000 magma pools. Here, the master smiths stand at their anvils. They are short, broad figures, their beards braided with copper wire, their skin the color of old leather. Stand, broad, strong. They do not look up as you pass. They are lost in the trance of creation. They are not forging swords or shields for war. They are forging the fetters of sleep. They are hammering out chains of silence to bind the wolves of the mind. You watch one smith work. He holds a piece of glowing iron with tongs, striking it with a hammer in a slow, hypnotic cadence. Strike, ring, pause. The sound is a clear, bell-like tone that echoes through the cavern, fading slowly into the dark. Ring, echo, fade. Beside him, a great set of bellows wheezes, pumping air into the fire. The sound, whoosh, ha, whoosh, ha, is exactly like the sound of deep, restful breathing. The forge is breathing. You synchronize your own breath with the bellows. Inhale on the whoosh, exhale on the ha. The heat from the forge washes over you, dry and soporific. It dries the dampness of the well from your clothes. It warms the marrow of your bones. The sparks that fly from the anvil are not dangerous. They drift through the air like fireflies, fading before they hit the ground. Spark, drift, fade. It is a place of slow, deliberate magic. The dwarves are the keepers of the rhythm. They teach you that endurance is quiet. They teach you that strength is slow. Leaving the warmth of the forge, you ascend a sloping path that leads you back toward the surface, toward the base of the great ash. The transition is gentle. The dry heat of the stone gives way to the moist, rich scent of the Middle-earth soil. Ascend, soil, rich. You emerge from a cave mouth nestled between two colossal roots, finding yourself back in the twilight of the forest floor. The air here is fresh and green, smelling of fern fronds and rain. Smell, fern, rain. You are now in the domain of the hidden folk, the Huldra. You do not see them directly, perhaps just a flicker of a cow's tail disappearing behind a tree, or the soft rustle of a skirt in the tall grass, but you feel their presence. They are the spirits of the untamed wood. The ground here is soft, carpeted in a thick layer of sphagnum moss that sinks inches deep under your boots. Step, sink, soft. It is the most comfortable walking surface imaginable. Every step is cushioned, every sound is baffled. The roots of Yggdrasil rise up around you like the walls of a canyon, covered in velvet moss and tiny white flowers. You run your hand along a root. It is cool and damp, pulsing with the water it has drawn from the deep wells. You are standing on the plumbing of the universe. The silence of the forest is different from the silence of the cave. It is a living silence, filled with the potential for growth. It is the silence of a seed waiting to burst. You feel a deep connection to the green world. You are rooted. You are growing. You are safe. A short distance from the trunk, spanning the gap between the earth and the sky, stands the Bifrost Bridge. Up close, it is not a solid structure of stone, but a weaving of solidified light. Stand, light, weave. It hums with a faint musical vibration, a chord of 3 notes, red, green, and blue, that resonates in the very center of your chest. Hum, resonate, chord. At the foot of the bridge stands Heimdall, the watcher of the gods. He is a figure of immense stillness, clad in white armor that gleams with the softness of a pearl. Stand, white, pearl. He does not move. He does not speak. He is the ultimate sentry, the white god, whose hearing is so acute he can hear the wool growing on sheep and the grass growing in the meadows. Hear, grow, grass. He turns his head slowly to regard you. His eyes are pale as the winter sky, seeing everything, judging nothing. In the context of the Sleep Chronicle, he is the guardian of the threshold. He ensures that no nightmares can cross the bridge. He stands between you and the chaos of the outer worlds. You feel an overwhelming sense of safety in his presence. If Heimdall is watching, you do not need to. You can lay down your own vigilance. You can close your own eyes. The bridge glows softly in the twilight, painting the surrounding moss in stripes of gentle color. It is a nightlight for the world. You stand in its glow, feeling the protection of the watcher, letting the humming of the bridge lull you into a trance. The colors wash over you, red for warmth, green for growth, blue for sleep. Turning back to the great trunk of Yggdrasil, you seek a place to rest for the night. You find a natural hollow in the wood, a sleeper's nook formed where 3 great roots converge. It is a cave made of living bark, lined with dry leaves and soft shed fur from the forest animals. Find, hollow, soft. It is the perfect size for you, a cozy indentation in the side of the world tree. You step inside and sit down. The wood is warm against your back, retaining the heat of the day. Sit, warm, hold. Above you, the canopy stretches up for miles, a roof of infinite leaves. Below you, the roots stretch down to the center of the earth. You are held in the exact middle of existence. You curl up in the hollow, pulling your cloak around you. The moss is your mattress. The bark is your wall. The smell of the tree, pine, sap, and earth surrounds you like a perfume. You can hear the faint sound of the Norns splashing water at the well nearby, a rhythmic splash, 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 that acts as a metronome for your heart. Listen, splash, slow. You are safe here. The dragon is deep below. The eagle is high above. The dwarves are in the rock. The watcher is on the bridge. The entire cosmos is arranged to protect this one small spot where you are resting. You let your head fall back against the wood. You let your eyes close. You are a part of the tree now. You are a knot in the wood. You are a leaf in the wind. You are safe. As you settle deeper into the hollow of the sleeper's nook, the massive trunk of Yggdrasil forms a solid, comforting wall against your back. You can feel the residual warmth of the day radiating from the wood, a gentle, dry heat that seeps into your spine and relaxes the muscles of your shoulders. Lean, warm, relax. The bark here is smooth, polished by the passage of eons, and smells of ancient amber and sun-baked resin. Outside your shelter, the Norns continue their work at the Well of Urd. The sound is a constant rhythmic backdrop to your rest. The dip of the ladle, the splash of the water, the soft slap of the wet clay against the roots. Dip, splash, slap. It is the sound of the universe being cared for. It is the sound of maintenance. You realize that you do not need to hold the world up. The tree does that, and the Norns take care of the tree. Your only task is to exist within this safety. The light in the hollow is dim and golden, filtering in from the twilight outside. Dust motes dance in the air, moving in slow, lazy spirals that match the pace of your breathing. Dance, spiral, slow. You are insulated here. The chaotic energies of the 9 worlds cannot reach you. You are held in the wood womb, a space of absolute neutrality. The sap of the tree flows silently behind the bark, a river of life that moves with the viscosity of honey. You can almost feel its slow upward current, a sensation of rising energy that counters the pull of gravity. It lifts your spirit, even as your body sinks into the moss. You are connected to the circulation of the cosmos. You are a passenger on the great ship of the ash. The rhythmic splashing of the water becomes a hypnotic lullaby, washing away the last fragments of thought, leaving only the sensation of being held, being warm, and being safe. Far above your resting place, in the middle branches of the tree, the squirrel Ratatoskr is also settling down for the night. In the daylight, he is a creature of frantic energy, a blur of red fur darting between the worlds. But now, in the velvet quiet of the tree's evening, he has found his own sanctuary. Find, curl, still. He retreats into a knothole high on the eastern side of the trunk, a small round door that leads to a chamber lined with soft thistledown and dry moss. Enter, soft. You can imagine him there, curling his long, bushy tail around his nose to keep warm. His bright black eyes close. His small paws, usually so busy turning acorns or gripping bark, relax completely. Close, relax, sleep. The message he carries tonight is silence. He is no longer running between the eagle and the dragon. The connection is severed for the night. The lines of communication are down. This pause is essential. Even the messenger must sleep. His breathing is fast and shallow, a tiny, rapid flutter against the vast, slow breath of the tree. Flutter, breathe. He is a spark of life in the massive wood. Thinking of him safe in his high tower of bark makes you feel even safer in your low hollow. The tree protects all its inhabitants, from the greatest dragon to the smallest squirrel. You are part of this family of sleepers. The wind outside his hole whistles softly, a high, lonely sound, but inside he is snug and dry. The darkness wraps around the tree like a heavy cloak, extinguishing the need for speed, extinguishing the need for words. There is only the warmth of the nest and the quiet of the night. Your awareness drifts upward again, leaving the squirrel and expanding into the vast, leafy ocean of the canopy. The wind is picked up slightly, not a gale, but a steady cosmic breeze that flows through the branches of Yggdrasil. Blow, flow, steady. It creates a sound that is unique in all the 9 worlds. The susurrus of the world ash. It is a deep, rushing white noise, like the sound of a distant ocean rolling onto a pebbled beach. Rush, roll, millions of leaves, each one the size of a shield, rub against one another. Shh. It is the ultimate sound of peace. The entire tree sways gently in this wind. It is a movement so subtle you might miss it if you were walking, but lying still against the trunk, you can feel it. It is a slow, rhythmic rocking motion, a pendulum swing that takes hours to complete. One arc, sway, rock, slow. The tree is rocking you to sleep. It is the movement of a mother rocking a cradle, but on a planetary scale. You surrender to this motion, you let your body go limp. allowing the tree to move you. You are not static, you are flowing with the wood. The leaves filter the starlight, creating shifting patterns of silver and shadow on the bark. The air up here is crisp and smells of ozone and night-blooming jasmine. It washes over the branches, cleansing them of the heat of the day. The sound of the wind is a blanket of noise that covers everything, muting the cries of beasts and the songs of birds, leaving only the great hollow roar of the air moving through the wood. On the broad flat branches of the high meadow, the four stags, Dane, Duvalin, Danira and Durathra, have ceased their grazing. The night has brought a stillness to their great hunger. They have gathered together in a grove of mistletoe that grows in the crook of a massive limb. Gather, stand still. They do not lie down like smaller beasts. They sleep standing up, their legs locked in place, their bodies forming a wall of warm, russet fur. Lock, stand, warm. Their heads are lowered, their heavy antlers tangling together like the branches of a winter forest. You can see the steam rising from their nostrils in the cool air, 4 pillars of white mist that dissipate slowly into the dark. Breathe, steam, white. They are the mountains of the canopy. Their breathing is slow and synchronized, a deep, resonant huff, huff, huff that vibrates through the wood. They are the anchors of the upper tree. In their sleep, they dream of endless green shoots and sweet bark. They are content. There is no predator here to chase them, no hunter to fear. They are the lords of the leaves. A layer of frost begins to form on their backs, turning their coats silver in the starlight. Frost, silver, coat. They do not feel the cold. Their fur is thick and oily, designed for the high altitudes of the world tree. They are insulated. They are solid. To be near them, even in your mind, is to feel a sense of immense bovine calm. They are the heavy, grounding presence in the swaying sky. They hold the peace of the herbivore, the peace of the creature that wants nothing more than to be. As the night of the gods fully descends, the atmosphere around the tree undergoes a magical transformation. The dew that drips from the leaves, the honeydew, begins to glow with a faint internal luminescence. Glow, shine, drip. It is as if the stars themselves have melted and are dripping down through the branches. The liquid light falls from leaf to leaf, creating a cascading waterfall of soft golden phosphorescence. Fall, gold, soft. It illuminates the dark spaces of the canopy, turning the tree into a galaxy of its own. You watch a single drop fall past your hollow. It trails a streak of light like a tiny comet, then lands on a root with a silent flare of brightness. Trail, flare, silent. The sap of the tree responds to this light, pulsing with a corresponding amber glow from within the bark. The boundary between the tree and the sky dissolves. Yggdrasil becomes a bridge of light, connecting the darkness below to the darkness above. The air is filled with the scent of this glowing nectar, a smell of burnt sugar, warm milk, and stardust. Smell, sugar, warm. It is a scent that triggers deep, ancestral memories of safety and abundance. The cosmos is not a cold, empty void. It is a garden, and you are sleeping in its most beautiful plant. The light is not harsh. It is the soft, diffuse light of a nursery. It allows you to see the textures of the wood, the curve of the root, the softness of the moss. You are bathed in the star sap. You are anointed by the light. The universe is tucking you in with a blanket of glowing dew. You are precious to the tree. You are the seed in the center of the fruit. Your consciousness expands downward, sinking through the layers of wood and bark, past the sleeping dragon, until it reaches the deepest, darkest hollows of the roots. Here, in a cavern formed by the twisting wood, lies the Well of Mimir. The water is perfectly still, a black mirror that reflects no light, for there is no light to reflect. Still, black, deep. It is the darkness of the womb, the darkness of the seed before it sprouts. Beside the well, the guardian Mimir sits in eternal meditation. He does not sleep in the way mortals do. His rest is a state of profound, unmoving awareness. Sit, deep, silent. He has become part of the root system. His skin is like bark, his beard like hanging moss. He is the memory of the tree. To be near him is to feel an immense heavy silence that presses against your mind like a physical weight. Press, heavy, calm. It is not a silence of emptiness, but of fullness. The silence of a library after closing time, filled with millions of unread books. Mimir's breath is slow and deep, stirring the air around the well just enough to create a faint ripple on the water's surface. Breath, ripple, slow. He inhales the secrets of the past and exhales the wisdom of the future. You can imagine sitting beside him, leaning back against the cool, damp root. There is no need to speak. There is no need to ask questions. The answers are already there, dissolved in the water, waiting for you to simply stop seeking them. Mimir offers you the gift of not doing. He invites you to simply be, to let the roots hold you, to let the darkness cover you. You are safe in the deep earth. From the stillness of Mimir's well, you follow the tangled path of the roots outward, away from the center, toward the realm of the giants, Jotunheim. Here, the landscape changes. The roots grow thicker and more gnarled, resembling the twisted limbs of ancient oaks. Thick, gnarl, twist. They push up through the frozen earth of the iron wood, creating a forest of wood and stone. The air is cold and biting, smelling of pine needles and snow. Smell, pine, snow. But even here, in this harsh land, there is peace to be found. You come upon a clearing where a family of frost giants is sleeping. They are immense beings, their bodies covered in furs and frost, sleeping in a pile like great bears. Sleep, pile, warm. Their breathing is a low rumble that shakes the ground, a sound like distant thunder or the cracking of ice on a frozen lake. Rumble, crack, deep. They are the embodiment of raw, elemental power at rest. You watch the rise and fall of a chest the size of a hillside. You see the steam rising from their breath in the cold air. They are not monsters here. They are just part of the natural world, resting after the long work of shaping the mountains. A layer of snow has fallen on them, covering them in a blanket of white. They do not stir. They are deep in the winter sleep. You feel a strange comfort in their presence. If beings of such power can rest so deeply, then surely you can too. The cold air feels clean and bracing, clearing your mind of clutter. You are a small, warm spark in the vast, cold night. You are safe among the giants. High above the frozen roots, the Bifrost Bridge arches across the sky, a rainbow of solid light connecting the worlds. Heimdall, the Watcher, stands at his post on the bridge, his white armor gleaming in the starlight. Stand, gleam, watch. He does not sleep, but he enters a state of lucid stillness. His eyes are open, but his gaze is soft, unfocused on the near, fixed on the far horizon. Soft, gaze far. He is listening to the music of the spheres, the hum of the planets turning in their orbits, the whisper of the stars. Listen, hum, turn. To stand near him is to feel a sense of absolute clarity. The bridge beneath his feet vibrates with a gentle, harmonious frequency, a chord of pure light. Vibrate, chord. You can imagine leaning on the railing of the bridge, looking out over the void. The colors of the rainbow, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, pulse slowly beneath your hands. Pulse, color, slow. It is a bridge of dreams. It connects the waking world to the sleeping world. Heimdall is the gatekeeper. He nods to you, a silent permission to cross. You step onto the bridge. The light feels solid under your feet, warm and welcoming. You are walking on a beam of pure energy. The darkness of the void falls away on either side. You are suspended in light. You are safe on the bridge. The journey is not perilous. It is a gentle transition from one state of being to another. You are crossing over. Back in the middle branches of Yggdrasil, the goat Hydrun continues her gentle grazing. She stands on the roof of Valhalla, or perhaps a branch that overlooks it, her silhouette dark against the milky mist. Stand, dark, graze. She is the tireless provider. Even in the depths of the night, she produces the mead that brings forgetfulness and joy. Give, mead, joy. You watch her for a moment. Her movements are slow and deliberate. She nips a leaf, chews it thoroughly, swallows, and then moves to the next. Nip, chew, swallow. There is a meditative quality to her feeding. She is completely absorbed in the present moment. She does not worry about the future. She trusts that the tree will provide more leaves. She does not regret the past. The eaten leaves are gone. She is a creature of now. The mead flows from her udders into the great vat below, a continuous stream of golden comfort. Flow, stream, gold. The sound of it is a gentle trickle, 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 like a small fountain in a quiet garden. Trickle, quiet, peace. It is a sound that soothes the soul. It reminds you that nourishment is always available. You do not need to strive for it. You do not need to fight for it. It is given freely by the universe. You can simply open your hands and receive. The air around Hydrun smells of sweet hay and warm milk. It is a domestic, comforting scent in the wild tree. You feel a sense of gratitude for her simple, steady presence. She is the mother of the feast. She is the nurse of the night. As the night deepens, the very sap of Yggdrasil begins to slow its flow. The tree enters its own cycle of rest. The immense pressure that pushes the sap from the roots to the crown eases, turning into a gentle hydraulic pulse. Pulse, slow, ease. You can feel this change in the wood against your back. The vibration of the tree drops in frequency, becoming a deep, subsonic thrum that resonates in your bones. Thrum, deep, bone. It is the heartbeat of the world. Thump. Pause. Thump. It beats once every hour. You have to be very still to feel it. But when you do, it aligns your own heartbeat with the rhythm of the cosmos. Your pulse slows down. Slow, down, beat. Your breathing deepens. Breathe deep. Rest. You are no longer separate from the tree. You are a cell in its vast body. You are connected to the roots deep in the earth and the branches high in the sky. You are part of a living system that has survived for eons and will survive for eons more. This thought brings a profound sense of security. You do not need to be strong on your own. You are supported by the strength of the ash. The bark is your shield. The leaves are your blanket. The roots are your anchor. You are held. You are safe. You are home. Deep within the root system, where the air is thick with the scent of wet earth and ancient stone, the three Norns, Urd, Verdandi, and Skuld, sit beside their loom. In the silence of the night, they are weaving the web of word. Sit, weave, silent. It is not a task of burden, but of rhythm. The loom is made of the bones of the first mountain, polished to a dull shine by the passage of time. Bone, shine, smooth. You watch their hands move. Urd, the crone of the past, spins the thread from the mist of the well. It is a grey, gossamer substance, strong as steel, yet light as a spider's web. Spin, grey, mist. Verdandi, the mother of the present, weaves the thread into the tapestry. Her movements are fluid and confident, crossing the warp and the weft with the soft click-clack of the shuttle. Weave, cross, click, Skuld, the maiden of the future, cuts the thread when the pattern is complete. Her shears make no sound. The thread simply parts, drifting away to become history. Cut, drift, art. The tapestry they create is not a picture of wars or kings, but a map of the tree itself. It shows the flow of sap, the growth of leaves, the fall of dew. It is the pattern of life. The sound of the loom is a hypnotic, repetitive beat that echoes through the cavern. Beat, echo, slow. It sounds like a heart. It sounds like a clock. It sounds like the footsteps of time walking away. You are mesmerized by the motion. You realize that your own life is just a single silver thread in this vast design. You are held in the pattern. You are supported by the weave. There is no need to struggle against the design. You can simply relax and let the Norns weave you into the story of the night. The wool is warm, the pattern is strong. You are safe in the web. Drifting upward from the roots, past the sleeping dragon and the silent dwarves, you find yourself once again in the middle branches of the ash. Here, the atmosphere is dominated by the breath of the tree. In the daylight, trees inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen. But at night, the process shifts. Yggdrasil exhales a pure, cool vapor that is rich in life force, or owned. Breathe, cool, pure. It manifests as a faint blue mist that seeps from the pores of the bark. Seep, mist, blue. You can see it swirling around the leaves, curling around the branches like a spectral snake. It smells of ozone, crushed pine needles, and the clean scent of snow. Smell, pine, snow. You take a deep breath. The vapor fills your lungs, cooling your chest and clearing your head. It is like drinking a glass of ice water on a hot day. Drink, cool, clear. With every breath you are taking in the essence of the world tree. It infuses your blood with the stability of the wood. It slows your heart rate to match the slow tectonic rhythm of the sap. You are being ventilated by the lungs of the cosmos. The mist acts as a natural anesthetic, numbing the small aches and pains of the body, leaving only a sensation of lightness and ease. You are floating in a cloud of blue air. The tree is breathing for you. Inhale, imagine the blue mist entering. Exhale, imagine the grey smoke of worry leaving. Inhale blue, exhale grey. The exchange is perfect. You are purified. You are renewed. You are asleep in the breath of the ash. High in the upper canopy, where the air is thin and crisp, the four stags, Dane, Dvalin, Dunair, and Durathrah, remain in their standing sleep. The frost on their coats has thickened, turning them into statues of silver and russet. Stand silver still. They are the guardians of the cardinal points. Each stag faces a different direction, north, south, east, and west, creating a circle of protection around the trunk. Face, circle, guard. Even in sleep, their presence holds the structure of the sky in place. You can see the condensation from their breath forming tiny clouds that drift away to become the weather of the lower worlds. Breathe. Cloud. Drift. A gentle wind ruffles the fur on their flanks, but they do not shiver. They are built for this altitude. They are the mountains of the air. You move closer to the stag facing north. His antlers are vast, branching out like a fractal map of the tree itself. Icicles hang from the tips, chiming softly against each other in the breeze. Chime, ice, soft. The sound is like distant wind chimes, high and sweet. Ring, sweet, sleep. It is a lullaby of the cold. You feel a sense of immense solidity standing near him. He is a pillar of warm blood and heavy bone in the shifting sea of leaves. He anchors the night. He anchors the dream. To lean against his leg would be like leaning against a warm, furry tree trunk. He is the ultimate comfort object. He is the heavy, silent friend who watches while you rest. The night is vast, but the stag is solid. You are safe in his shadow. Ascending to the very pinnacle of Yggdrasil, you return to the perch of the eagle and the hawk. The sky here is a dome of absolute, crushing black, scattered with stars so bright they hurt the eyes. Black, star, but the eagle's eyes are closed now. The great watcher is asleep. His head is tucked under his wing, a gesture of supreme trust. Tuck, trust, sleep. He is a massive mound of feathers, rising and falling with the slow rhythm of the tides. Rise, fall, slow. The hawk, Veðurfolnir, still sits between his eyes, but his head, too, is lowered. He is dozing. The high watch has ended for the night. The silence here is different from the silence of the roots. It is the silence of space. It is a vacuum silence, devoid of air, devoid of sound, devoid of friction. Vacuum, silent, void. It is the silence of the gap between thoughts. You sit on the branch beside them. The wood here is bleached white by the sun of ages, smooth as bone. Sit, smooth bone. You look out at the cosmos. Without the eagle watching, the universe seems to relax. The stars twinkle less frantically, the comets slow down, the galaxies spin with a lazy, unhurried grace. You realize that the universe does not need to be watched to exist. It carries on in the dark, held together by gravity and silence. You are suspended on the highest point of existence, but you do not feel vertigo. You feel elevation. You feel the freedom of the bird. You are light. You are air. You are asleep on the wind. Descending rapidly now, sliding down the spiral of the trunk like a raindrop, you return to the middle realm, to the home of the squirrel, Ratatoskr. He is deep in his hollow, curled into a tight ball of red fur. Curl, red, ball. But even in sleep, he is a creature of connection. His tail is wrapped around a small, smooth stone he found in the roots. A piece of the earth brought to the sky. Wrap, stone, hold. And in his paws he clutches a feather from the eagle. A piece of the sky brought to the roots. Clutch, feather, hold. He is the bridge. In his dreams he runs up and down the trunk, stitching the world together with his tiny feet. Run, stitch, dream. His paws twitch, a phantom gallop in the sawdust. Twitch, gallop, soft. You can hear a faint scratch from inside the hole as he rearranges his bedding. It is a cozy, domestic sound. It reminds you of settling into your own bed, adjusting the pillows, finding the cool spot on the sheet. Settle, adjust, cool. The squirrel is the spirit of nesting. He teaches you that no matter how big the world is, you only need a small, warm space to be safe. You only need a hollow in the wood. You only need a blanket and a quiet dark. You watch his hole for a moment, feeling a wave of affection for the small messenger. He has done his work. He has earned his rest. And so have you. The tree holds him gently, rocking him in the wind, a tiny heartbeat in the vast wooden chest of the world. High in the upper canopy, sheltered beneath a sprawling fan of leaves, hangs the great hive of the world tree. It is a structure of immense beauty, built from golden wax harvested from the stars themselves. Hang gold wax. In the daylight it is a bustling city of flight, but now in the deep night of the Chronicle, it has fallen silent. The giant bees have returned from their foraging. They crowd into the hexagonal cells, packing themselves in tight for warmth. Pack, tight, warm. You can hear the low, throbbing hum of the colony, a sound like a distant choir humming a single sustained note. Hum, throb, deep. It is the sound of community. It is the sound of thousands of hearts beating as one. The air around the hive smells of warm honey, propolis, and the sweet musky scent of sleeping insects. Smell, honey, musk. The wax walls glow faintly with the stored light of the sun, casting a soft amber radiance that lights up the surrounding branches. Glow, amber, soft. You watch a single drone, his fuzzy body dusted with pollen, crawling slowly over the comb. He finds an empty cell and tucks himself inside, folding his delicate wings over his back like a blanket. Tuck, fold, sleep. The hive is a fortress of sweetness. It is a bank of energy stored against the cold. To be near it is to feel a sense of profound abundance. There is enough here. There is enough sweetness for everyone. There is enough warmth for everyone. You do not need to work any more today. The honey is made, the wax is set, the hive sleeps. You are wrapped in the golden hum of the collective, safe in the center of the swarm. Drifting away from the warmth of the hive, your awareness expands to encompass the leaves of the tree themselves. There are countless billions of them, a green ocean suspended in the sky. Green ocean, vast. Each leaf is a masterpiece of biology, a solar panel designed to drink the light of 9 worlds. But tonight, they are resting. Their stomata, the tiny mouths on their undersides, have closed to conserve moisture. Close, save. They hang limp on their stems, relaxing their grip on the air. Hang, limp, relax. A gentle breeze, the night wind of the Aesir, moves through the canopy. It ripples across the surface of the leaves, like a wave moving across a lake. Ripple, wave, move. The sound is a soft, rhythmic hush, hush, hush. It is the sound of the tree soothing itself. Hush, soothe, soft. You can imagine yourself as one of these leaves. You are green and cool, thin but strong. You are attached securely to the twig, which is attached to the branch, which is attached to the trunk, which is rooted in the earth. You are connected to the source. You do not need to hold yourself up. The tree does it for you. You can simply hang there, swaying in the wind, bathed in starlight. The dew settles on your surface, a cool, refreshing weight. Settle, cool. You are part of the canopy. You are part of the shelter. You are shading the world below, providing a roof for the sleeping creatures. You are essential, but you are at rest. Your focus shifts inward now, moving from the delicate leaves to the massive, unshakable solidity of the trunk. This is the axis of the universe, the spine of reality. It is so wide that it has its own geography, valleys of bark, mountains of burl, rivers of sap. Wide, bark, spine. You press your ear against the wood. You can hear the slow, geological groan of the fibers settling as the temperature drops. Groan, settle, slow. It is not a sound of weakness, but of adjustment. The tree is finding its most comfortable position for the night. The wood is dense and hard, petrified by the pressure of eons. Dense, hard, strong. It feels indestructible. To lean against it is to lean against eternity. You wrap your arms around a ridge of bark, feeling the rough texture against your skin. Touch, rough, hold. It anchors you. No storm can shake this tree. No fire can burn it down. It has stood since the beginning of time and will stand until the end. This knowledge brings a deep, resonant peace to your bones. You are aligned with the vertical. You are upright and strong, supported by the pillar of the world. The sap flows silently beneath the surface, a hidden river of vitality that never stops. Flow, silent, deep. Even when the world seems chaotic, the trunk remains still. Even when the branches thrash in the wind, the center holds. You are in the center. You are holding. You are still. Descending rapidly through the heart of the wood, you return to the very foundation of the tree, the roots. Here, the wood merges with the stone of the underworld. The roots are like great gnarled fingers gripping the bedrock of existence. Grip, rock, hold. They are covered in a thick layer of soil and moss, creating a dark, damp, comforting environment. Dark, damp, soft. You can smell the iron in the earth, the salt in the deep water, the sulfur in the stone. Smell, iron, salt. This is the realm of deep security. The roots are the anchors that keep the tree from flying away into the void. They are the heavy counterweights to the light canopy above. You find a place where a root curls over a large boulder, creating a natural shelter, a cave within a cave. Curl, you crawl inside. The air is still and silent, deadened by tons of earth above. Still, silent, dead. You are buried in safety. You are planted. You feel the gravity of the planet pulling you down, not as a force that drags, but as a force that embraces. Pull, embrace, hold. It says, you belong here. You are made of this. The darkness is absolute, a velvet blindfold that rests your weary eyes. There is nothing to see here. There is only the feeling of being held by the ground. You are a seed in the winter earth, dormant and protected, waiting for the distant dream of spring. You are the root, you are the rock, you are safe. Having explored the heights of the eagle and the depths of the roots, you now return to the center, to the sleeper's nook in the trunk where your journey began. You settle back into the hollow, pulling the cloak of moss around your shoulders. Settle, pull, warm. You are the microcosm of the tree. Your spine is the trunk. Your feet are the roots. Your mind is the canopy. Spine, root, mind. You feel the entire structure of Yggdrasil vibrating in resonance with your own body. The humming of the bees, the breathing of the stags, the grinding of the dragon, the weaving of the Norns, all of these sounds blend into a single harmonious chord of sleep. Blend, chord, sleep. It is a white noise of pure existence. You let go of the need to be anywhere else. This hollow was made for you. The tree grew around you, shaping itself to fit your form perfectly. Grow, shape, fit. You are the missing piece of the puzzle. You are the heart of the wood. The amber light of the sap glows softly through the bark, casting a warm, honey-colored light on your face. Glow, warm, honey. You close your eyes, and the image of the tree remains etched on the inside of your eyelids. It is a tower of green and brown, standing tall in the black void, a lighthouse of life. You are safe inside the lighthouse. You are safe inside the dream. The wind blows, the dew falls, the stars turn, and you sleep. Deep within the shelter of your hollow, the sensation of the tree pressing against you becomes the defining reality of the night. The sleeper's nook is lined with a moss so thick and ancient that it feels less like a plant and more like a memory foam crafted by nature herself. Sink, soft, deep. It is old man's beard, lichen, and emerald sphagnum, woven together into a living quilt that breathes with you. As you shift your weight, the moss compresses silently, molding itself to the curve of your hip, the arch of your spine, the hollow of your neck. Mold, curve, hold. It supports you not just with softness, but with a resilient, springy strength. You are being cradled by the biology of the forest. The scent here is concentrated, a potpourri of dry oak leaves, crumbling bark, and the faint, sweet musk of the earth. Smell, dry, sweet. It is the smell of a library of trees, a place where stories are stored in rings of wood rather than pages of paper. You run your fingers over the rim of the hollow. The wood is polished smooth by the passage of the wind and the fur of resting animals. Touch, smooth, old. It feels cool and solid, a barrier between you and the vast emptiness of space. You are encased in a capsule of life. The darkness inside the nook is not frightening. It is a warm, brown darkness, like the inside of a walnut shell. Dark, warm shell. You are the kernel. You are the precious cargo. The tree has grown around you, layer by layer, year by year, to provide this exact moment of shelter. You accept this gift. You surrender to the enclosure. You let the walls of the tree become the walls of your world. As you lie there, encased in wood and moss, your perception of time begins to shift. You are leaving behind the frantic, ticking time of humanity, the time of seconds and minutes, and entering dendro time, the time of the tree. Shift, slow, deep. To an ash tree that has stood since the dawn of the cosmos, a night is merely a blink. A season is a single breath. A century is a day. Blink, breath, day. You feel this massive, slow-moving perspective seeping into your mind. The urgency of your own life dissolves in the face of this geologic patience. What does it matter if you are tired? The tree has been tired for 1 billion years and yet it stands. What does it matter if you are worried? The tree has seen empires rise and fall like autumn leaves, and yet it grows. Stand, grow, endure. You align your breathing with this ancient rhythm. You inhale for a season, hold for a solstice. Exhale for a season, inhale, hold. Exhale. The pace is glacial. It is the pace of sap rising in the spring and falling in the winter. It is the pace of bark thickening by a millimeter a year. By adopting this rhythm, you become invincible to stress. Stress requires speed, and here there is no speed. There is only the slow hydraulic pressure of life pushing upward against the dark. You are a ring in the wood. You are a knot in the grain. You are settled. You are permanent. You are resting in the arms of eternity. Down at the base of the trunk, the three Norns, Urd, Verdandi, and Skuld, have finally paused their weaving. The tapestry of the day is finished. The thread is cut. The loom is silent. Pause. Cut. Silent. They do not leave their post, for they are the guardians, but they enter a state of shared stillness. They sit with their backs against the great roots, their eyes closed, their hands resting in their laps. Sit, rest, still. They are listening to the silence they have created. The cessation of the loom's click-clack creates a void of sound that ripples up the trunk, a wave of quiet that washes over every creature in the tree. Ripple, wave, quiet. It reaches the dragon in the deep dark, who slows his chewing. It reaches the dwarves in the stone, who lower their hammers. It reaches you, in your hollow. Reach, slow, lower. This is the truce of the night. It is the moment when fate itself takes a break. For these few hours, your destiny is not being written. Your future is not being determined. You are off the hook. You are free from the narrative. You exist in the white space between the chapters. Free, space, pause. It is a profound relief to know that even the weavers of reality need to rest. If they can stop, so can you. If they can put down the thread, you can put down your worries. The silence of the Norns is the deepest silence of all. It is the silence of potential, the silence of the unwritten page. You rest in this blank space, floating in the quiet of the pause. High above, the canopy of Yggdrasil acts as a celestial filter. The light of 1 trillion stars rains down upon the tree, harsh and cold in the vacuum of space. But by the time it reaches you, it has been softened by 1 million leaves. Rain, soft, filter. The leaves overlap like the scales of a green dragon, catching the starlight in their veins, diffusing it, scattering it, turning it into a soft ambient glow. Catch, scatter, glow. This is the forest light, a luminescence that does not wake the eye but soothes it. It is a spectrum of deep indigos, soft teals, and shadowed greens. Indigo, teal, shadow. You watch the patterns of this light shifting on the ceiling of your hollow. They look like water reflecting on the underside of a bridge, fluid, hypnotic, and slow. Reflect, fluid, slow. The light seems to have a texture, like a fine mist or a sheer fabric draping over the world. It wraps around the trunk, softening the hard edges of the bark. It wraps around you, softening the hard edges of your thoughts. You are bathing in the diluted starlight. You are drinking in the filtered cosmos. It is a light that heals without burning. It is a light that reveals nothing but peace. You let your eyes trace the moving shadows, finding shapes in the dark, a deer, a bird, a cloud. But they are just shadows. They are just the play of the night on the leaves. You are safe under the canopy. You are hidden from the glare. Deep in the vascular system of the tree, the sap has thickened to the consistency of cold honey. It no longer rushes. It oozes. Thick, ooze, slow. This is the night blood of the ash. It is rich with the sugars of the day's sunlight and the minerals of the deep earth, a potent cocktail of restoration. Rich, sugar, mineral. As you lie against the wood, imagine that your own blood is sinking with this flow. Your heart is not pumping red, thin blood. It is pumping warm golden amber. Pump, gold, amber. It moves slowly through your veins, coating your nerves in a layer of sweet protective insulation. Coat, nerve, sweet. Every beat pushes this heavy, comforting fluid to your extremities, warming your toes, weighting your hands. Warm, weight, Heavy. You feel heavy. You feel like a statue made of honey and wood. You are solidifying. You are becoming part of the tree's architecture. This transformation is not frightening. It is deeply grounding. It means you cannot be moved. It means you are stable. You are anchored to the center of the world. The sap carries the consciousness of the tree, the slow, silent awareness of the roots and the leaves. You share in this awareness. You feel the cool earth. You feel the distant stars. You feel the peace of the middle ground. You are the sap. You are the wood. You are the sleep. From the secure vantage point of your hollow, you look out through the gaps in the foliage at the night sky of the 9 worlds. The stars here are not distant, cold points of light, but vibrant, pulsing entities that hang in the branches like lanterns. Hang, pulse, lantern. You see Arvandil's toe, the star that Thor threw into the heavens, shining with a fierce blue-white clarity. Shine blue clear. It is the North Star of the mythic cosmos, a fixed point around which the entire sky rotates. Rotate, fix, turn. Watching it, you feel a sense of orientation. You know exactly where you are in the universe. You are not lost, you are located. You trace the shape of the wolf's mouth with your eyes, a cluster of red stars that form a silent, open maw in the darkness. Trace, red. But here, in the safety of the tree, the wolf is not a threat. It is just a pattern of light, a story told in fire to pass the long night. The wagon, or the Big Dipper, rolls slowly across the zenith, its wheels turning with the majestic slowness of a glacier. Roll, turn, slow, it carries the dreams of the gods from one horizon to the other. You imagine yourself lying in the back of that wagon, buried in soft furs, being pulled across the velvet sky by invisible horses. Lie, pull. Soft. The movement is smooth and frictionless. The stars are your companions, blinking their silent codes of comfort. They have watched over the sleep of the world for eons, and tonight they watch over you. Their light is a blanket of silver that covers the tree, the earth, and the dreamer. You are navigating the ocean of the night by the light of ancient fires. You are the captain of a ship that does not need to steer, for the current of the stars carries you home. Your awareness travels downward once more, following the invisible lines of energy that run through the trunk to the very tips of the deepest roots. These roots, the world anchors, plunge not only into soil, but into the elemental realms themselves. One root drinks from Niflheim, the land of ice and mist. Drink ice cold. Another root drinks from the edge of Muspelheim, the land of fire and heat. Drink fire warm. In the alchemy of the tree, these two opposing forces, extreme cold and extreme heat, are blended together to create a perfect temperate warmth. Blend, warm, perfect. This is the thermal balance of Yggdrasil. As you lie against the wood, you can feel this balance radiating into your back. It is not the dry heat of a fire, nor the damp chill of a cave, but a living, regulating warmth that adjusts to your body's needs. Radiate, adjust, live. If you are cold, the tree sends a pulse of geothermal heat from the fire root. If you are hot, it sends a wave of cool mist from the ice root. Heat, cool, pulse. It is a climate-controlled sanctuary maintained by the magic of the cosmos. You feel this warmth seeping into your muscles, relaxing the tension in your lower back, soothing the tightness in your shoulders. Seep, relax, soothe. It is a physical reminder that the universe is not indifferent to you. It is actively working to keep you comfortable. The tree acts as a massive heat sink, absorbing the chaotic energies of the extremes and filtering them into a gentle, steady hum of well-being. You are suspended in the perfect temperature. You are held in the Goldilocks zone of existence. You are comfortable. Let us focus now on the texture of the barrier that separates you from the void, the bark of the world tree. It is not a single layer, but a complex living shield composed of countless strata of history. Layer, shield, history. The outer layer, the Ratatoskr, is rough and craggy, deep fissures running through it like canyons on a map. Rough, crack, deep. It is grey and silver, hardened by the winds of the void and the claws of the dragon. It takes the brunt of the universe so that the tender wood inside can remain safe. Hard, safe, guard. Beneath this lies the cork, spongy and soft, a natural insulator that deadens sound and vibration. Soft, sponge, quiet. Deeper still is the phloem, the living tissue that carries the sweet sap of the stars. Flow, sweet, live. You are nestled against the inner sanctuary of the tree, protected by these layers of armor. You run your hand over the wood of your hollow. It is smooth as polished bone, worn soft by the passage of time. Touch, smooth, bone. You can feel the grain of the wood, the swirling fingerprints of growth that mark the years of peace. Swirl, grow, mark. This bark is the skin of the world. It is thick enough to stop a meteor. It is strong enough to hold up the sky. And yet, it is organic. It breathes. It grows. It heals. You are encased in a fortress that is also a living being. The wall at your back is alive. It knows you are there. It curves around you to offer better protection. You are the pearl inside the oyster. You are safe in the shell. In this deep, quiet hour, a phenomenon known as the Great Dream begins to settle over the inhabitants of the tree. It is a state of collective consciousness where the boundaries between the different creatures dissolve. Dream, merge, dissolve. The 4 stags in the high branches, the squirrel in the middle trunk, the dragon in the deep roots, and the bees in the golden hive. All of their minds begin to resonate on the same frequency. Resonate, hum, frequency. It is a low, theta wave vibration that travels through the wood like a song without words. Travel, song, vibrate. You, resting in your hollow, are invited to join this dream. You feel the heavy, bovine contentment of the stags, chewing their cud in the mist. Chew, heavy, content. You feel the cozy, curled-up warmth of the squirrel, his tail wrapped around his nose. Curl, warm nose. You feel the slow, geological patience of the dragon, waiting in the dark. Wait, slow, dark. You feel the buzzing golden unity of the bees, safe in their wax cells. Buzz, gold, safe. You are no longer just one person sleeping alone. You are part of a vast breathing ecosystem of rest. The loneliness of the individual fades away, replaced by the comfort of the herd, the hive, the pack. Fade, comfort, herd. You are dreaming the dream of the forest. It is a dream of green leaves, cool water, and endless safe darkness. The tree holds all of you together in its wooden arms, rocking you gently in the cosmic wind. You are one leaf on a branch of millions. You are one sleeper in a world of sleep. As the night of the gods reaches its deepest point, the boundaries of your own physical form begin to blur with the wood of the tree. You are no longer separate from the hollow. You are merging with it. Merge, blur, deep. Your spine aligns perfectly with the vertical grain of the trunk. Your legs extend like roots into the moss. Your arms rest like branches on the forest floor. Align, root, branch. You are becoming arboreal. You are adopting the stillness of the plant kingdom. Plants do not rush, they do not worry. They simply stand and receive the light and the rain. Stand, receive, light. You feel a profound sense of vegetative peace. It is a peace that is deeper than animal sleep, deeper than human dreams. It is the peace of the seed in the soil. It is the peace of the log in the river. Seed, log, river. You let go of the need to move. You let go of the need to think. You let go of the need to be anything other than a silent, growing thing. The sap of the tree flows through you, carrying the slow, golden energy of the stars. Flow, gold, energy. You are heavy with sap. You are rooted in the earth. You are reaching for the sky. The wind rustles through your leaves, your hair, your thoughts, and quiets them. Rustle, quiet, wind. You are the world tree now. You are vast. You are ancient. You are the center of the turning wheel. The cosmos spins around you, but you do not turn. You hold the axis. You hold the silence. You sleep. Although the journey through the branches is nearing its end, the essence of Yggdrasil remains with you as a permanent landscape of the mind. The specific details, the squirrel, the dragon, the stags, begin to soften, losing their sharp outlines like a watercolor painting left in the rain. Soften, blur, rain. What remains is not a list of creatures but a texture, a feeling of deep, abiding shelter. You can summon this feeling at will. Imagine that the Sleeper's Nook is not just a place in a story, but a room within your own heart that you can enter whenever the world becomes too loud. In this room, the walls are always thick enough to block out the noise. In this room, the roof is always made of living wood that protects you from the storm. In this room, the air is always sweet with the scent of pine and amber. Smell, pine, sweet. You carry this sanctuary with you. It is lighter than air, weightless and invisible, yet it provides a protection stronger than iron. It acts as a buffer, slowing down the rush of time, filtering the harsh light of reality through a screen of green leaves. You are never truly far from the tree. You are never truly far from the peace of the ash. The moss has taken root in your mind, cushioning your thoughts, softening the hard edges of the day. Cushion, soft, root. You have built a fortress of calm inside yourself, modeled on the architecture of the world tree. It is a place where you can retreat to find the stillness of the stone and the patience of the wood. The memory of the tree is a seed planted in your sleep. It grows while you rest, branching out to cover your dreams in a canopy of peace. You are the gardener of your own rest. You are the keeper of the inner grove. Let us now allow the image of the tree sanctuary to merge completely with your immediate physical reality. Let the boundaries between the story and the sleeper dissolve. Imagine that your bed is the hollow in the trunk. The mattress is no longer made of modern materials, but of deep, velvet moss. Soft, yielding, and endlessly supportive. Sink, yield, support. It contours perfectly to your body, holding you in a gentle embrace like the earth holding a stone. Imagine that the ceiling of your room is the vaulted canopy of the ash, solid and protective, etched with the patterns of leaves against the starlight. In the darkness, you can almost sense the weight of the branches, a comforting heaviness that anchors you to the earth. Branch, protect, anchor. Imagine that the walls of your room are the ancient wood of the trunk, standing guard around you, silent sentinels that have watched over the sleep of creatures for 1,000 years. You are protected by the history of the earth itself. You are hidden in the deep, green heart of the grove. The sounds of your home, the settling of the house, the distant traffic are transformed by this visualization. They become the sounds of the tree, the rustle of the wind in the leaves, the creak of the wood settling, the hum of the bees. Everything is woven into the tapestry of the journey. You are safe here. You are hidden. You are at rest. The physical world and the mythic world have become one. You are lying in the center of the universe, held by the most stable thing in existence. The room is a shell. The bed is a nest. You are the bird, safe from the wind, warm in the down, waiting for the dawn. The tree exists in a state of eternal patience. It does not rush. It does not worry. It simply is. It follows the slow geologic rhythm of the ages. As you lie here, drifting deeper, align your own internal rhythm with that of the roots of Yggdrasil. Let your breathing become the wind moving through the canopy, slow, steady, and continuous. Inhale, wind, exhale, flow. Let your heartbeat become the slow tick of the seasons. Summer, autumn, winter, spring. A cycle that repeats without fail. Let your thoughts become the falling leaves, drifting down one by one, silent and soft, landing on the forest floor to melt away into nothingness. Drift, fall, melt. There is no need to hold on to them. Let them fall. Let the earth absorb them. The forest recycles everything. It turns old leaves into new soil. It turns weariness into strength. It turns noise into silence. You are part of this cycle. You are a natural creature, governed by the same laws as the stag and the squirrel. You have a right to rest. You have a right to stop climbing. Tonight is your shelter. Tonight is your time to unburden the mind, to take off the pack, to let the world turn without you for a while. The tree gives you permission to be still. You are as solid as the wood, as deep as the root, as quiet as the stone. The sap of the cosmos flows through you, slowing you down, weighting you down, rooting you to the bed. You are heavy with peace. You are saturated with calm. You are a permanent part of the landscape of sleep. The Chronicle of Yggdrasil, the world tree, is drawing to a close. We have climbed the spiral path from the roots to the eagle, across the rainbow bridge, and into the hollow of the trunk. We have sheltered with the stags and slept with the bees. We have found warmth in the wood and peace in the deep earth. These images are now part of your personal library of dreams. We begin the process of closing the book. We fold the map of the 9 worlds, smoothing out the creases, and place it in the chest of memory. Fold, smooth, stow. We extinguish the lantern, watching the flame dwindle and die, leaving only a wisp of smoke and the memory of light. Dim, fade, dark. We close the heavy wooden door of the hollow, sliding the bolt home with a final, satisfying thud. The narrative is finished. The words are fading, but the feeling remains. The cool, fresh feeling of the mist is still with you. The warm, heavy feeling of the wood is still with you. You can return to these feelings whenever you close your eyes. The tree is not gone. It is simply waiting. It waits for you in the silence between thoughts. It waits for you in the pause between breaths. It is your eternal background, a landscape of peace that never changes. You are the traveler who has arrived. You are the guest who is welcome. You are the sleeper who is safe. The forest has accepted you. The roots have claimed you. The canopy has covered you. You are part of the legend now, a silent figure sleeping in the heart of the eternal ash. As we enter the final phase of our journey together, bring your attention entirely to the sensation of heaviness in your body. It is a pleasant heaviness, like the feeling of sinking into a pile of warm furs, supported and held. Heavy, warm, soft. Feel this weight settling into your legs, grounding them to the mattress. Your legs are the roots of the tree, sinking deep, holding fast. Feel the weight in your arms, resting by your sides. Your arms are the fallen branches, resting in the tall grass, perfectly still. Feel the weight in your eyelids. They are heavy curtains of velvet, drawn shut against the light. There is no effort required to keep them closed. Gravity does the work for you. Close, heavy, rest. The muscles of your face are smooth and relaxed, like a pebble polished by the stream. The tension in your jaw has melted away, like frost in the sun. You are a landscape of stillness. You are a geography of rest. The only movement is the gentle rise and fall of your chest, a slow tidal motion that rocks you deeper and deeper into sleep. Rise, fall, rock. You are drifting on a raft of comfort, floating down the river of the night, heading towards the ocean of dreams. The current is slow and gentle. It carries you away from the shore of the day, out into the vast, starless sea of the night. You trust the wood, you trust the dark. You let go, the raft is strong, the river is wide. The destination is certain. You are moving towards the ultimate silence, guided by the current of your own deep need for rest. You are safe. You are drifting. You are gone. The silence in the room is total now, a physical presence that fills the space like a dark, heavy water. The world outside the room has faded away completely, dissolving into the mist of irrelevance. There is no traffic, no city, no time. There is only the darkness and the rhythm of your breath. Inhale, exhale, rest. You are deep, deep down. You are at the bottom of the ocean of sleep, resting in the deepest root of the world tree. It is quiet here, and still. There is no pressure, no weight, no expectation. You are wakeless. You are free. The journey of the ash is over, but the peace remains. It is yours to keep, a hidden gem in the pocket of your mind. Imagine yourself as a smooth white stone resting at the bottom of the Well of Mimir. The water above you is still. The light filtering down is dim and blue. You are immovable. You are ancient. You are at rest. The currents of the surface world cannot reach you here. The storms of the day cannot disturb you here. You are settled in the silt of silence. Settle, sink, rest. Sleep now. Sleep deep. The river flows on, and so do you. The night is your blanket. The earth is your bed. The stars are your guardians. You are held in the suspension of the void, perfectly preserved, perfectly safe. You are the anchor in the deep water, holding fast against the drift of the world. The roots wrap around you in a loving embrace, shielding you from the chaos. Good night to the noise, good night to the haste. You are the stone, you are the root, you are the sleep. Though the story is finished and the book is closed, we linger for a moment longer in this space of transition. The candle has been extinguished, but the warmth of the flame remains in the air, a faint, comforting heat that touches your cheek. The room where we have sat together, the library of your mind, is settling into its own quiet rhythm. Settle, quiet, rest. The shelves, lined with the volumes of tonight's journey and the journeys of nights past, stand tall and protective in the shadows. They hold the memories of the mist, the wood, the eagle, and the green light, keeping them safe for you to revisit whenever you wish. You do not need to hold on to them now. You can let the details fade. The specific shape of the leaves, the color of the dragon, the sound of the bridge, let them all soften into a general feeling of well-being. Soften, fade, peace. You are no longer the traveler, you are the sleeper. The identity of the observer, which has been active for so long, can now be laid aside like a heavy cloak. You are simply a breathing presence in the dark. The silence of the room is not empty. It is a rich, heavy substance that fills every corner, muffling the world and wrapping you in safety. You are suspended in the amber of the night, perfectly preserved in a moment of calm. The tree watches over you still, a phantom guardian in the velvet dark, its branches forming a canopy over your dreams. You are safe. Let your awareness drift away from the imaginary world of the ash tree and settle gently back into the physical reality of your bed. Feel the points of contact between your body and the mattress. Touch, support, hold. Feel the weight of your heels, your hips, your shoulders, and the back of your head. Gravity is a gentle hand pressing you down, grounding you, keeping you safe from floating away. The air in your room is cool and still. You might hear the faint, settling sounds of your own home. The creak of a floorboard, the hum of a refrigerator, the rustle of the wind outside. Do not let these sounds disturb you. Let them be the anchors that hold you in this deep, restful state. They are the sounds of safety. They confirm that the world is stable and secure, allowing you to let go completely. Your breathing has found its slowest, most natural rhythm. Inhale, deep. Exhale, slow. It is the breath of deep sleep, automatic and effortless. You are a vessel of peace, floating on the ocean of the night. There is nothing left to do. There is nowhere else to be. The past is a closed book. The future is a distant shore. There is only this eternal, silent now. You are exactly where you are meant to be. You are the squirrel in his nest. You are the stag in the mist. You are the sleeper in the bed. As we prepare to leave this space entirely, imagine the last vestiges of the bardic presence fading away. The voice that has guided you through the branches is becoming softer, more distant, merging with the silence of your own mind. Soft, distant, merge. We step back from the bedside, moving quietly towards the door of sleep. We leave you surrounded by the protective walls of your rest. The lantern is out, the map is rolled up. The journey is done. You are alone, but you are not lonely. You are in the company of your own deep peace. The darkness behind your eyes is a vast, velvet space, infinite and kind. It is the space where dreams are born. You are drifting deeper now, sinking through the layers of consciousness like a seed sinking through soft, dark soil. Sink, drift, deep. Down past the thoughts of the day, down past the story of the tree, down into the bedrock of sleep. You are heavy, you are warm, you are safe. The connection to the waking world is stretching thin, like a thread of spider silk, about to break. You are ready to let go. You are ready to fall. The Norns have ended their watch. The mist has closed over the roots. You are safe in the dark. The void welcomes you. The silence holds you. The final moment has arrived. The connection is breaking. The silence is total. The last word is spoken, and it hangs in the air for a heartbeat before dissolving into the quiet. Dissolve, silence, end. You are fully asleep now, or on the very threshold, passing through the gate. The night watches over you. The stars turn slowly overhead. The river of time flows on, carrying you gently towards the morning. But for now, there is only the dark, and the rest, and the silence. The tree stands in the void. The dragon sleeps in the root, and you sleep in the gentle arms of the night. There is nothing more to say. There is nothing more to see. The screen is dark, the mind is clear, the body is still. Sleep deep, sleep well. The story is over. Good night.